It's September, and that means we are 1 month away from the end of the season, and it's time for September call-up. So we have 2 roster spots that are opened up. I have a list of players that I would like to call up. One player that we're definitely going to be calling up is Ben Joyce. I'm pretty sure he should already be on the 40-man. He's not, so we're going to go ahead and add him to the 40-man. He has made his MLB debut before, but he is going to be added to the MLB roster. There's actually quite a few pitchers that I would love to call up. Chase Chaney's one of them. He has struggled at the AAA level, but he was dominating at the AA level. Michael Darrell Hicks is one of the guys that I'm considering, and Davis Daniel. Both these guys have done very good this year. Which guy to call up, I really don't know. Davis Daniel, 125 strikeouts, only 81 for Michael Darrell Hicks. One of these guys is going to get the call up. Maybe both of them. We might have to send somebody down. I think I'm going to call up 24-year-old Andres Chaparro. We got him in a trade. I believe it was the Matt Moore trade. So we're going to go ahead and add him to the 40-man roster as well, and he will be promoted to the big league roster where he will make his MLB debut. We also got him working so that he can do a little bit of corner outfield as well, and that way he doesn't only have to play first base, he can play left and right. I think he's got the fielding for it. The speed is a little low, but I think it opens him up for more availability, and if he can develop pretty well, he's a guy that I think could have a role on the bench in the future. But Andres Chaparro will be called up as well. Now I think it's time we send somebody down, or really just get rid of somebody. I'll look through here and I will let you know what decision I make. So Jose Quijada here, 69 overall, 28 years old, C potential. He has used all of his minor league options. I'm going to go ahead and designate him for assignment. So Jose Quijada will pretty much be done here on the Los Angeles Angels. I'm going to assume somebody will claim him. And then the guy we're going to call up is Michael Darrell Hicks. So he will be added to the 40-man roster here. And then he will be promoted to the bigs where he will make his MLB debut. And Tyler Anderson as well will be designated for an assignment. He still has $13 million that he is owed for next season, so we will owe him that money. But in his time out of the bullpen this season, 148 innings of work, he has not started a single game. He's been a long relief pitcher for us. He's got a 4.6 ERA, 1.5 whip, negative WAR player. The FIP is at 5.7. He's not striking out a whole lot, and he's walking a lot of batters. So Tyler Anderson is going to be DFA'd, and that will open up room for Davis Daniel, who has had a really good year at the AAA level this year. He is on the 40-man roster already, so we're going to go ahead and just move him up to the big league roster, and then we're going to have to move a couple players up to the AAA roster and then fix it from there. But I think we have the roster in order. So we're going to go ahead and move Zach Plesac to the long relief position. Davis Daniel will take over there to be the starter in the 4th position. And then I think Patrick Sandoval as well, we're going to move to the long relief position, and Michael Darrell Hicks will get some starts. Patrick Sandoval is a guy that I've really considered maybe moving on from and trading. When you look at a guy like Patrick Sandoval, he's got 2 years of arbitration after this season. His trade value will be extremely high. He just really hasn't gotten it done for us. A 4.5 ERA, 1.3 whip. He is a positive WAR player. He strikes out a good amount of batters, doesn't walk a whole lot. The FIP is at a 4.36. And it really doesn't seem like he gives up too many home runs, but I mean, 1.4 also seems a little bit high at the same time. Ben Joyce, I want to ensure that he's going to be getting innings, so he's going to swap with Jimmy Herget, and he'll get some long relief appearances, and that's going to make out the bullpen. I don't know if we have too many players. We might actually have too many players in the bullpen here. And then I'll look at AA and AAA as well. A couple things I wanted to show you guys here before we get into the game against the Los Angeles Dodgers, but we made a trade at the trade deadline for Mac Horvath. He came over from the Baltimore Orioles. When we traded for him, he was a C potential player. He is now a B potential player at 21 years old. He bats and throws right. He can play third and he can play the corner outfield. 65 overall. His defense looks solid already. His speed looks pretty good. And the bat has improved tremendously over the course of this season, especially against lefties with that contact up to 52 and the power at 50. Mac Horvath, I think, was a steal. We got him in the Carlos Estevez trade, and I didn't expect this, but Mac Horvath at the AA level will continue to get at-bats there. But he's a guy that I think could be a really good prospect for us. He now is slotted, I'm pretty sure, as our #1 prospect in the organization. Or I guess he's #2. Barrett Kent and Caden Dana are above him. But Matt Horvath is somebody that I'm very excited about. And the last thing that I wanted to show you guys is Luis Rengifo has been the best player on this team. When you really break down the stats and you look at it, he's played in 127 games. He has 123 hits, 19 home runs, which is tied for second here on the roster, a 275 average, which is pretty good. It is #3 here. On base percentage at 358, which is 3rd best in the team. The slugging is 4th best in the team. OPS with a really good 823. 823 for Rengifo. Aaron Hicks with a good OPS this season, and Caleb Hamilton, small sample size. But Aaron Hicks has actually played very well. At 34 years old, not really sure we're going to keep him around after this season, but he might have played himself into a contract potentially. But the thing that I was very pleased with when I looked at Luis Rengifo, his WAR is only at 1.2. Aaron Hicks is a 2.0 WAR player. But when I looked at this, I saw that Rengifo is walking 10.5% of the time, which is above league average. But he strikes out the least amount of anybody on our team, which is something that I was very pleased to see. Luis Rengifo, he's got arbitration next year. He's used up all of his options, but he's continuing to get better. That contact versus lefties is up to 95. The power is up to 75. The defense is improving as well. He's not known for his speed, but this is a guy who I think could be on this team for a long time. And he's got position flexibility. He can play third, short, and all of the outfield positions. So Luis Rengifo, somebody that I really slept on throughout the entire season. Here's a 13-8 loss against the Mariners. 4 hits for Mike Trout, 2 for Ohtani, 2 for Joe Adell, and Caleb Hamilton with 2 hits as well. A home run for Hunter Dozier, triple for Trout and Ohtani. And looking at the pitching here, Reed Detmers allowed 4 earned over 3 1/3, 5 strikeouts. He walked 6 batters, so really walking too many batters. Zach Plesac struggled out of the bullpen. Ben Joyce came in and he shut it down. 1 2/3, 2 strikeouts, did not allow a single run, 1 hit allowed. Jose Soriano did a pretty good job. Adam Simber struggled, and Robert Stevenson allowed 1 earned. But that will take us to the game here against the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's Shohei Ohtani's return to Anaheim. We are here in Anaheim for the Dodgers versus the Angels. Big time rivalry here, and it has gotten even bigger due to the fact that Shohei Ohtani is now a Los Angeles Dodger. They are 91-47. They are significantly better than we are. We're going to look to pull off the upset as Shohei Ohtani makes his return to Anaheim. I wonder if his translator is betting on this game, as we're going to get our first look at Griffin Canning this season. I don't think that I've pitched with him yet. He has a 3.4 ERA, 1.2 whip. He's 10-10 on the season, a 17.9 strikeout rate, and the walk rate is at 7%. Haven't pitched with him this season, and that's really on me because Griffin Canning has had a pretty good season. Freddie Freeman, of all people, is leading off here to start this game for the Dodgers. 1-1 count here for Canning as Freeman's going to foul it away. Here's the 1-2 for Griffin Canning. There's the changeup, and it is hit foul by Freddie Freeman. If you guys watch Mr. Hurricane at all, he really kind of brought up in his last episode how the pitching has just felt different in this MLB the Show, and nobody really knows why. It's assumed that there might be something in the mechanic of the, pitching style that he uses and I use as well. And it could just be that the teams are just hitting the ball better. As James Outman stands in now for the Dodgers. Really not sure what the deal is with the pitching here this year. Because, if you guys saw the game against the Houston Astros, we gave up like 4 home runs, and Kyle Tucker hit 2 of them. As this one's going to be popped up behind the dish, Ohtani looks to make the play as Outman is going to fly out for out number 1. Or pop out, I should say. He didn't fly out to anywhere. He flew out backwards. Shohei Ohtani batting 4th today for the Dodgers, a 294 average on the season. Mookie Betts stands in now. He is starting at shortstop today, 33 home runs on the season. Would love to get him to ground out, and we could turn 2 potentially. As here is the pitch by Canning, as Mookie Betts is going to strike out on the slider. That was not a particularly good-looking slider, But Mookie Betts just swung at it like he was Javi Baez. Playing shortstop now, and all of a sudden he's swinging like Javi Baez. As here is the dangerous Shohei Ohtani. 1-1 count on him here, 294 average. And he swings and misses at the fastball. That's not a good pitch, but Ohtani just swings through it. 36 home runs, 118 RBIs. What a year Shohei Ohtani has had. We're going to go with a two-seam fastball away, and it's going to miss. But the count is now 2-2 here to Ohtani. 294 average on the season. Like I've mentioned before, as Griffin Canning is working on the 20th pitch here of the inning as he delivers, and Ohtani's going to hit this one to the left center gap. The runner, Freddie Freeman, doesn't run particularly well. Trout's going to get it in. Freeman turns the corner. Neto's throw to the plate is on time. What a relay by Mike Trout to Zach Neto to Logan O'Hoppe to get Freddie Freeman at the plate. The Dodgers have 2 hits in the inning but score nothing as the Angels defense gets Canning out of the inning. As here is the veteran, Clayton Kershaw, 3.4 ERA on the season, 164 strikeouts, a 1.19 whip, 13-8 on the season. As Luis Rengifo stands in, he's got a very good average here against lefties on the season. He hits lefties very well. As he's quickly down 1-2 here, I'm just going to go ahead and go with a contact swing as Rengifo is frozen at the plate. The ball just comes out of Clayton Kershaw's hand really weird in this game. I mean, I just noticed it, but it just comes out of his hand really weird. 1-1 count here to Aaron Hicks. Here's the pitch, and Hicks is going to pop this one up to shallow center. Outman is not going to get there in time. It's going to be a base hit for Aaron Hicks. As now Mike Trout stands in here, 270 average on the season. He's put together a pretty good season. Not his best season, of course, but it's been a pretty solid season when it's all said and done. Why is Kershaw throwing that way? Now, it's going to be a base hit for Mike Trout. 105 off the bat. It just looks like Clayton Kershaw is throwing the ball so weird in this game. As now Logan O'Hoppe will stand in. Count is 2-2. You got to protect here with a chance to get an RBI. O'Hoppe, 264 average on the season as the count will now go full. If Aaron Hicks was a little bit faster here, you could consider a double steal here on the 3-2 count. As Clayton Kershaw is ready to deliver. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a called strike 3 on the outside corner. I do not agree with that call as Kershaw gets his second strikeout. I don't really think that was a strike. As here's Anthony Rendon. I mean, he's had a really good season. I mean, let's talk about Rendon here. His attributes are not going up at all. They're going down, but he's played in 110 games. He's had 19 doubles, 10 home runs, but he's batting .275. OPS is, above league average. The slugging is at .402. He's getting on base at a pretty good rate. His best rate, except for his first year as an Angel, he's actually having probably his best year as an Angel this season. Anthony Rendon's put together a pretty good year. As it's a 1-1 count to Rendon. Kershaw delivers, and it's going to be fouled away by Rendon. Here's the 1-2 from Kershaw, and Rendon goes down swinging. It's 3 strikeouts for Clayton Kershaw in the inning. He allows 2 hits, but they amount to nothing. A couple of those calls were not good calls, as Max Muncy will stand in now. 256 average, not too bad on the season, as he's going to swing and miss. He's pretty notorious for doing that, but he's also very notorious for hitting home runs. So you got to make sure you don't leave anything over the heart of the plate. As O'Hoppe keeps calling for the changeups, hopefully it pays off here. Here's the 2-2, and it's going to be a base hit for Max Muncy, and it's going to turn out to be a leadoff double. He's not stupid enough to try for third. Jason Hayward stands in now, 264 average. He's still playing pretty solid, even though he is getting up there in age, as Trout camps under out in center for the first out. Griffin Canning looks to potentially be our ace next season, especially if we did decide to move on from Patrick Sandoval. Griffin Canning probably would be our ace to start out unless we pick somebody up in free agency. I've been pleased with the way he's pitched this season. He is the veteran in the starting rotation, aside from a guy like Zach Plesac. As this one's going to be hit down the line, it's going to be fair. Aaron Hicks is going to get there, but he's going to get there a little too late to make a play. He's going to try and throw in a second, though, as it's going to be a RBI double from Teoscar Hernandez, his 18th double of the season. As the Dodgers will go up 1-0 as Diego Cartaya stands in. Rendon there to make the play. Throws on the first for the second out. As here's Miguel Rojas. Jazz Chisholm would probably like to hit this guy. He's going to ground out to Neto. He throws on the first to make the play. The damage is limited to only 1 run as Teoscar Hernandez, who had the RBI double. Here's Mickey Moniak, 70 RBIs on a season. That is a career high. The average is now down to 249, which in today's baseball is actually not that bad of an average. As Moniak's going to foul away the 1-1 count. The count will now be 1-2. Moniak, not really known for being able to hit lefties very well, but he's actually not been pretty bad at it this season. As he's going to drive this one to left center. Outman is there to make the play. I thought it was hit better than it was. As here's Zach Neto, 236 average, 649 OPS, 11 homers, 45 RBIs on the season. It's not been a great second year for Zach Neto. He has struggled a little bit. He's struggled in the field as well. It's not only been at the plate, he's struggled, playing shortstop as well. Next year is going to be a very crucial year for him because he's going to have 2 years of service after this season. You're going into your 3rd year. You're about halfway until free agency. It's really the year you need to start stepping it up and playing better. As he's going to drive this one back up the middle for a 1-out single. So Zach Neto aboard. As next up is going to be Andres Chaparro making his MLB debut. And they're not even going to give him an introduction here. 2-1 count to him now. He's got a little bit of pop in that bat. Here's the 2-1 to Chaparro as he's going to swing and miss on the circle change. He's wearing number 68 here for the Angels. Neto on first here, count 2-2. We're going to look to steal with Neto here. He goes. Chaparro strikes out. The throw down, and Neto is thrown out. It's a strike him out, throw him out to end the second inning. Diego Cartaya with an excellent throw. If you're Andres Chaparro there, you have to swing the bat. The plan probably wasn't for it to be a hit and run, but when it's a 2-2 count, you got to swing the bat to stay alive. As Freddie Freeman's up to the plate now. He's 1 for 1 on the day as he's going to hit this one to shallow left. Aaron Hicks is there to make the play. James Outman popped up in the first inning. As he goes down looking, that was not a strike thrown by Griffin Canning, but it's called a strike by the umpire, so we'll take it. Watch this pitch here. Yeah, I don't know how you call that a strike. Griffin Canning, 97 miles per hour that pitch was, though. Showing that he has some velocity. 1-1 count to Mookie Betts now as he's going to foul this one down the line. Let's go with a slider away as Mookie Betts went down swinging on it earlier in the game. Here's the same pitch. Not in the same location, though, as the count will remain 1-2. Here in this situation right here, just keep it out of the zone and see if you can't get Betts to chase. The 2-2, and that's going to miss for ball 3. Now right here, find the zone, see if you can't get him to pop out here. The 3-2 count to Betts, and he's going to go down looking. The 3rd strikeout for Griffin Canning, the 2nd strikeout of the day for Mookie Betts. As here's Kyron Paris. We called him up earlier, and he has not done very good. 179 average, 479 OPS. Still has yet to hit his first big league home run. He does have 4 RBIs on the season. He's been kind of a disappointment each of the 2 times the Angels have called him up. As he's going to go down swinging on the circle change. It's the 5th strikeout of the game for Clayton Kershaw. As Luis Rengifo will stand in now. Counts 1-1. Last AB, Kershaw did a very good job of putting those pitches in the bottom corner. As Rengifo is going to hit this one down the line, but it's going to go foul. Here is the 1-2 to Rengifo, and this one's going to be fouled away again. That's a hanging curveball right there by Clayton Kershaw. 1-2 count. Rengifo fouls away the high fastball. 1-2 again. Rengifo lays off. Good eye there. Count will go to 2-2. Rengifo is going to hit this one to the shortstop Miguel Rojas as he's going to ground out for the 2nd out. How about Aaron Hicks? He had a base hit in his first at-bat. Here he is for his 2nd. As he stands in, he's going to foul this one down the line. You don't really have to hit the ball very far to hit it out down there and right, especially if you hit it right down the line. 1-2 count to Hicks, and I just spoke about it. This one's deep, and this one is foul. You've got to be kidding me. I mean, you don't have to hit the ball very hard at all, or far for that matter. As he's going to go down looking at the slider, it's the 6th strikeout for Clayton Kershaw. What could have been a home run that would have tied it is going to be a foul ball that eventually would end the inning. Here's Shohei Ohtani. He had a almost RBI in his last at-bat. Freddie Freeman was thrown out trying to score. As here's the 1-2. Griffin Canning the pitch, and he gets Shohei Ohtani swinging. That one feels good. Max Muncy, he's 1 for 1 as he hit a double to left field. Obviously, you can't shift like the extreme shifts back in the day, but you can still shift, and he just did it again. I mean, it feels like every time I play MLB The Show and you play against these guys where you shift like this, they always hit it where you're not. Especially when you get up to these higher difficulties. Max Muncy with his 2nd double. I mean, it's getting to the point now where it's like, we might as well not shift on him. As Jason Hayward 1-2 as he's going to foul away the circle change. Going to go with the backdoor slider as this one's going to hit down the line. Chaparro there to make the play. As Muncy will advance to 3rd. As here's Teoscar Hernandez. He has the lone RBI here for the Dodgers. As he's going to hit this one to right center. Trout getting over there to make the play. And Trout, you better... What? Oh, my gosh. I try not to get frustrated when I play these games, but that one right there nearly made me want to rage. I mean, that's an error. That's not an RBI. That's not a base hit. But it will be counted against Griffin Canning. That's just the way this game works, is they don't call anything an error. He allows the ball to drop right in front of his face. That's extremely annoying. And it wouldn't even let me like take over Trout because like I knew it was about to happen. And so I tried to control him, and it didn't even allow me to do it. As Rengifo is going to field the Diego Cartaya hit. Dodgers will extend their lead to 2-0, but it's not really my fault. It's not really Griffin Canning's fault. It's Mike Trout just didn't want to field it. Mike Trout can hit a home run right here, and he can make up for his mistake, but we'll see if that happens. It's a 1-1 count from Kershaw as Trout's going to foul away the slider. I'm just swinging normal here on this pitch. Not going to swing. It's a ball outside, 2-2 now. Clayton Kershaw, 55 pitches here on the day. Here's the 2-2, and it's low for ball 3. 3-2 count upcoming to Trout. Trout's going to hit this one down right field. I was just talking about how it's not very deep over there. It was not hit as hard as I thought it was, as Jason Hayward's there to make the play. Logan O'Hoppe stands in now, 1-1 count upcoming to him. Here's the pitch as O'Hoppe's going to foul away the circle change. O'Hoppe has had a very good season here for the Angels. He's one of those guys that, I don't know. I mean, these are good pitches that Clayton Kershaw is throwing right here. 7 strikeouts for him, and he's not even completed 4 innings of work. Here's the 1-1 to Rendon. Rendon's going to hit this one to right. Hayward is not going to get there to make the play in time. Anthony Rendon's going to have himself a base hit. That's the 2nd base hit we've had now that just kind of blooped in. As an inside-out swing from Rendon to extend the inning as Mickey Moniak will stand in. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the 1-2 to Moniak as he's going to watch the changeup miss. 2-2 count. And Moniak's going to watch the high fastball. 3-2 count upcoming. Rendon will be on the move on the pitch. Here's the pitch from Kershaw. And Moniak's going to hit this one to deep left center field. This one is not going to be caught by Outman. Rendon is rounding 3rd. He's going to try and score. Rendon is out at the plate. We had a good relay earlier in the game, and the Dodgers just hit us with the same exact relay. James Outman throws on to Betts, and Betts throws on to Cartaya. As we are not able to get on the board here. That's frustrating. That's extremely frustrating right there. Miguel Rojas now up to the plate for the Dodgers. Griffin Canning, 82 pitches. This might be his last inning, although he's pitched very well in this game. It should only be 1 earned run. And that's the one thing about doing quick counts is, you know, the pitch count's going to get up there a lot quicker as he's going to get the strikeout on Rojas. That is his 5th strikeout. So pretty good day for Griffin Canning. He's got to face the top of the lineup here. If he can get through this right here, that would be the end of the day for him, as this one's going to actually hit off of him. Rendon is not going to get there in time to throw in a first, and it's going to be a base hit for Freddie Freeman. As Griffin Canning a little bit shaken up. We'll see if he stays in the game here. He is going to stay in the game. We're going to go to the bullpen here to start warming somebody up. And I'm going to warm up Ben Joyce. Here's James Outman, who was responsible for starting the relay that got Rendon out at the plate. 2-1 count. As this one's going to be hit to Rendon, and Rendon is not going to get there to make a play. I thought he was going to be there. He didn't get there. And now it's Mookie Betts to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. I'd love to get a third strikeout on him and get the hat trick here, as Mookie Betts is going to barely foul this one. 2-2 count. We're going to go with the slider, and that one was not where I wanted it to go. That was right down the middle. Let's get this one away from the plate, as Betts is going to strike out for the 3rd time in the game. Griffin Canning has just had Mookie Betts' number all day. 6 strikeouts for Canning, and he's going to face Shohei Ohtani. This will be his last batter no matter what. As Ohtani's going to hit this one to right, Moniak is underneath of it. Hopefully he makes the play, and he does. Griffin Canning, 5 innings of work, allowed 2 earned, 7 strikeouts, allowed 8 hits. Should only be 1 earned run, like I said earlier. 2-1 count upcoming to Zach Neto here. He's going to foul away the changeup. You know, I wouldn't typically swing at a pitch like that, but with the way that the umpire has been calling the strike zone today, I'd rather be safe than sorry, as Neto is going to foul away the slider. 2-2 count upcoming from Kershaw, and Neto's going to hit this one to left center. Outman is going to get over there to make the play. It doesn't really feel like Anaheim has a very good hitter ballpark. I mean, I think it's probably more focused towards the pitcher, if I had to guess, as Andres Chaparro is going to hit this one to right center. Can this one get down? Yes, it is. Andres Chaparro is going to have himself an 1-out double, and that is his first big league hit here in his MLB debut. First major league hit for Andres Chaparro. And that was a pretty good hit. 91 miles per hour off the bat, end of the gap. They're going to save that ball for sure. Getting a base hit in your MLB debut has to be a really good feeling. As Kyron Paris will stand in now. Kershaw still on the mound. An RBI opportunity for the young shortstop. Here is Paris. He's going to swing and miss on the circle change. He struck out in his first at-bat. 59 power against lefties. Here's the 1-2. Kershaw is going to miss it. The count will go to 2-2. A 100 average exactly with runners in scoring position. That is not very good. Here's the 2-2. Kyron Paris watches that one miss. Count is 3-2. Here's the pitch. Kyron Paris is going to foul that fastball back. The count will remain 3-2. Here's the pitch from Kershaw. Paris is going to hit this one high over in foul territory for the 2nd out. That's a good pitch to hit right there. We were just late on it. Ended up popping us out foul. But Luis Rengifo is a guy who could definitely put us on the scoreboard here. Chaparro is not very fast, as Rengifo is going to foul away the slider. 1-2 upcoming. 90 pitches for Clayton Kershaw on the day. This is the 91st pitch upcoming. Here's the pitch, Kershaw, and I swung at it. I'm not even going to lie. The game wouldn't allow me to swing at it, but I definitely clicked the button. That was a nasty slider. I mean, it fooled me for sure. Count is 2-2. Here's the pitch from Kershaw. Rengifo is going to foul the slider away to keep the count at 2-2. Count 3-2 now. Let's see what Luis Rengifo can do. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He has been our best hitter all season. Here's the pitch, and Rengifo is going to draw a walk. Runners on first and second now. The first walk of the day, and that is going to spell the end for Clayton Kershaw. It's Walker Buehler coming on now, and Aaron Hicks, I think, will probably not bat in this position. I think what I would rather have happen is Nolan Shanuel come in and face Buehler instead. I got to get used to saying Nolan Shanuel. It's 1-2 as Shanuel is going to strike out. I mean, that's a very anticlimactic ending. And Shanuel, can he play left field? Yeah, he can play left. So we'll keep him out there. And remember, Griffin Canning's day is done. We're going to bring in Ben Joyce. He's pitched 1 2/3 innings so far. He has a 33% strikeout rate, has not allowed an earned run, as he is ready to deal. 2-2 count here to Max Muncy, and that one was 100 miles per hour. It missed the zone by a long shot, but still a really good pitch, as this one's going to be grounded over to Rengifo for the first out of the inning. How about Jason Hayward now? 1-1 count. Ben Joyce with the slurve in there for a strike. 1-2 count. Here's the fastball. This one's going to be hit to shallow center. Trout screwed up earlier in the game. He's not going to screw up this time, as Hayward will pop out. How about Teoscar Hernandez? 2 for 2. Should be 1 for 2 with an error. I'm never going to let that down. Ben Joyce, 1-2 count. And this one is fouled away. 100 miles per hour. Go with the slider away. Wasn't really away. It was just down. How about the slurve? It's looked pretty good when I've thrown it. And that one was beautiful. He gets Teoscar Hernandez looking. As Ben Joyce goes 1-2-3, he will see the 7th. As Mike Trout will stand in here against Walker Buehler. The fall off of Walker Buehler needs to be studied. I don't really understand what happened. You know, injuries happened, and he's really fallen out of that Dodgers rotation, as this one's going to be hit back up the middle. It's going to be a tough play for the second baseman, as Trout runs pretty well, but they will get him. Here's Logan O'Hoppe now. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Has not been a good hitting performance for your Angels today, as O'Hoppe's going to pop this one up to Freddie Freeman for the second out. As Anthony Rendon's going to stand in. He's 1 for 2 on the day. His single was a bloop single to right, as he's going to swing and miss on the changeup. 2-2 count upcoming to Rendon. He's going to hit this one over to third, and that is going to end the inning. Ben Joyce going to get the 7th inning here, as he pitched very well in the 6th. It was a 1-2-3 inning. Looking to get a strikeout, though. That's what I'm looking for, as he's missing with the fastball at the moment. 3-1 count. This fastball is going to hit the zone. And we're going to go back to the slurve right here. The slurve has worked when we've thrown it in this game, and it's going to work again. Another strikeout for Ben Joyce. As Miguel Rojas will stand in now. I think earlier Mookie Betts made a play at short, and I called him Miguel Rojas. Miguel Rojas is playing at second today. We're going to go with the slurve again. Here's the pitch, and it freezes Miguel Rojas, the 3rd strikeout for Ben Joyce. And they've all been on the slurve. As Freddie Freeman stands in, he's going to hit this one deep to right center. Moniak ranging over to his right, and he is going to get there to make the play. 6 up, 6 down for Ben Joyce. As Mickey Moniak will stand in now. He's 1 for 2. Hit the ball very hard to left center in his last at-bat. And the count's going to go to 3-1. 3-1 count upcoming to Moniak, as he's going to foul away the fastball. I don't think that would have been ball 4, but probably could have laid off of that one, as the 3-2 count is upcoming from Walker Buehler. Moniak was going to hit this one deep to right field, as Teoscar Hernandez is ranging back to the track, and he's there to make the play. Mickey Moniak just got under a little too much, as that was not Teoscar Hernandez. That was Jason Hayward. Geez, I'm screwing up this Los Angeles Dodgers lineup. Zach Neto, he's 1 for 2 on the day, as he's going to work the count to 3-1. 3-1. Neto swing and a miss on the high heat. Should have laid off. That one right there probably would have been ball 4. 3-2 count. That one's going to be ball 4. Neto is aboard. Andres Chaparro had a double in his last at-bat. It was his first big league hit. What does Chaparro have in store this time? It's going to be another one hit to right center, and this one's going to get down. Zach Neto runs pretty well. He's going to round third. He's going to the plate. Here's the throw, and he is safe. The Angels are on the board. It's 2-1. Andres Chaparro, his second double, his first RBI in his big league career. He's hitting the ball pretty well. Like I said, I don't know if he projects to be, a first baseman here, especially with a guy like Nolan Shanuel, as I really don't care at the moment. If he can do stuff like that, he's going to find a position here in this lineup, as Kyron Paris will stand in now with a runner on second for him. If he hits anything in the gap, it will score Chaparro for sure, as Kyron Paris is 0 for 2 on the day, as he's going to watch this circle change across the plate for strike 2. Here is the 2-2. Kyron Paris is going to hit this one to right field. Hayward there to field it. We're going to run. Here's the throw from Hayward. Chaparro, not very fast, but he will get into third safely. Runner on third now, as it's going to be Luis Rengifo standing in. Rengifo does not hit righties that well. That's something that he's still trying to get better at in his young career. as the count is going to be 2-1. A base hit for Rengifo would definitely tie this game up, as it's going to be a 3-1 count. Shanuel up next for the Angels, and he has a 293 average with runners in scoring position. So if he gets up to the plate, it's going to be our best bet. As this one's hit to left field, this one's back to the wall, and it's gone. Luis Rengifo gives the Angels the lead. What a season he has had at the plate. As the Los Angeles Angels erupt for 3 runs in the 7th inning, and they now have the lead. Rengifo with his 20th home run of the season. He is definitely the second baseman of the future. He was somebody earlier on here in the franchise I thought, yeah, I don't really know what his future is going to look like here. We might trade him. He may ride the bench. He could be a utility player. No, he's the second baseman of the future. He gives us the lead. He's working on getting better as a right-handed hitter or left-handed hitter against right-handed pitchers. As Tony Gonsolin will come in now for the Dodgers. It's a 3-2 lead. Nolan Shanuel is down 1-2 on the count here. Gonsolin, this one's hit to left field. This one's fairly deep, but not deep enough, as it's going to end the inning. 3 runs in the 7th for the Angels, as we take a 3-2 lead. Luis Rengifo with the 2-run home run that gave us that lead. And Ben Joyce here, the energy is still good. Do we keep him in? As the pitch count is winding down. We're going to keep Ben Joyce in here. This one's hit deep to center field. Trout looking to get underneath of it, and he does for the first out. This is kind of crazy keeping Ben Joyce in the game. He's thrown 30 pitches. This one's going to be a base hit, and I think that's probably got to be the end for Ben Joyce. I mean, you don't want to keep him in and allow him to... As Gavin Lux is going to come in for Mookie Betts. That's an interesting decision. Ohtani is probably going to be better against righties here. We don't have any lefties in our bullpen. I mean, these are all right-handed relief pitchers here, which is actually kind of a concern. Do we bring in Jimmy Herget, or do we allow Ben Joyce to get this high? You know, this is a big situation. So we're going to allow Ben Joyce to try and work through it here. As this one's hit on the ground, Chaparro makes the play on the second, on the first, and they're not going to get Ohtani. What a play by Andres Chaparro. He has been the MVP of the game. He's had a really good glove over at first. I mean, that's an excellent play. And then he has 2 doubles. What a game for Andres Chaparro. As Max Muncy comes to the plate. 2 away, 1-1 count. As Ben Joyce hits 101. He is getting tired. 38 pitches in the inning. That one's going to miss, and it's going to work the count to 3-1. Here is the 3-1 to Muncy. This one's hit to left. Shanuel there to make the play. What an inning, and what an outing for Ben Joyce. 3 really good innings of work. As Gavin Lux will take over at shortstop, as we're going to warm up our closer, Andrew Wantz, and he's going to be scheduled to come in. 1-1 count. Trout swings and misses. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Tony Gonsolin, 1-2 count. Trout's going to watch the 12-6 curve miss. 25,000 attended this game, and it's been a pretty good game. I mean, that's kind of a low number. You would think that more people would attend Shohei Ohtani's return to Anaheim. Nope, that's not the case. As Logan O'Hoppe is 0 for 3 on the day. He was our lone all-star this year. As this one is a hanging curveball, and it's going to be a base hit for O'Hoppe. Had we timed that up a little bit better, O'Hoppe probably would have went yard and extended the lead. Instead, he just gets a base knock. 1 for 3 is Anthony Rendon on the day, as he watches a high fastball miss. 2-1 count. Rendon is going to hit this one over to Muncy at third. This one's thrown on to second, on to first for the double play. As we're going to bring in Andrew Wantz now to try and close this game out. As Andrew Wantz has himself a little bit of an entrance here. Okay, is he our, closer of the future here? It was obviously Carlos Estevez to start the season, but Andrew Wantz was having such a good year that I thought, heck, maybe he can be our closer, as he's 9 of 10 on save opportunities on the year. As it is Jason Hayward to lead off here in the top of the 9th, as that cutter is going to be in there for a strike. Here's the 1-2 to Hayward, and he's going to get Hayward swinging and missing on the cutter. Jason Hayward 0 for 4 on the day, and here's Teoscar Hernandez, a dangerous hitter at the plate. He's 2 for 3. And he's going to hit this one to Rendon down the line. He throws on to Chaparro for the second out as Andrew Wantz is 1 out away from closing out the Dodgers. Here's the 1-1. Wantz. Diego Cartaya. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. The cutter is going to be fouled away. Let's go with the circle change. Low out of the zone. Here's the pitch. And this one's going to be hit to right field. Moniak's not going to get there to make the play. And had Chaparro been on first, we might have been able to get him. I don't think he was ever on first, as Will Smith is going to stand in to pinch hit here. 2-2 count upcoming. We're able to slurve here. Here's the pitch, and it's going to miss the zone. Freddie Freeman on deck. This is a big pitch from Wantz, and he's going to miss the zone. Will Smith is aboard. We're going to go ahead with a mound visit here. Which one of these guys has really high pitching clutch? Andrew Wantz's pitching clutch is actually not that good. So this is a sticky situation he is in against one of the best hitters of my lifetime. The count is 2-1. You got to make sure if you're going to miss your spot, miss it out of the zone. 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. Freeman's going to foul it away. The pitcher is getting tired. This will be the last batter Andrew Wantz will face. Here's the pitch, and Freeman is going to walk. So it's James Outman now. 1-1 count. I'm going to keep Wantz in. I said I was going to take him out. That's not the case. This one's hit to right field. Moniak is underneath of it. Andrew Wantz is going to close out the Dodgers. We win in Shohei Ohtani's return to Anaheim. And it was Ben Joyce and Andres Chaparro, the two guys we called up here at the beginning of September, who really carried us in this game. Of course, Luis Rengifo had the 2-run home run that gave us the lead. But Andrew Wantz works out of the bases loaded jam to give us the victory. That was a very good game. And I'm still playing on Hall of Fame difficulty as well, so that was a very encouraging victory. As Ben Joyce is going to actually get the victory because Griffin Canning only pitched 5 innings, so he wasn't in line for the victory. Yeah, that's definitely the best game that I've played here on MLB The Show 24. That was an entertaining game for sure. So there are a couple of other things that I would like to do. Davis Daniel is on the mound here for the Angels. Should I get a player lock game with him? I don't know how long it will take. Screw it. He's making his MLB debut. I mean, if we didn't get a player lock here for somebody who's making their major league debut, it just feels wrong. You also got Michael Darrell Hicks, and I wanted to get a player lock game with Luis Rengifo, but since he homered in that game, there's really no reason to get a player lock with him. I mean, we saw what he's able to do. I don't really need to talk about him any further. He's been our best player offensively all season long, and even defensively, he's been really good. So this is actually not Davis Daniels' MLB debut. He's actually pitched before. He pitched in 3 games last season, so what should I do here? Should we get like maybe the first inning with him, and then we can go ahead and quick manage the rest of it? And if it's a high leverage situation, we can hop in. But I didn't know that Davis Daniel had actually made an MLB debut before. And here's the 0-1 to Freeman that's going to miss. So we'll get the 1 inning here with Davis Daniel, and then we can move on from there. Michael Darrell Hicks, though, for sure would be making his MLB debut. So that would actually be the guy you'd want to get some innings with, as Davis Daniel is going to get Freddie Freeman swinging and missing on the circle change, as that's going to be an achievement, setting the tone, strike out the first batter of the game. That's the first time I've done that, apparently, in this game. But, the crucial thing with a guy like Davis Daniel or Michael Darrell Hicks is this is kind of their audition, along with spring training next year, is kind of their audition to be in the rotation. Because if we do move on from a guy like Patrick Sandoval to try and get better with prospects, we're going to need somebody to be able to fill into the rotation. Because I'm happy with the moves that we've made, especially bringing in a guy like Mac Horvath. That has made our prospect situation a lot better. I'd like to bring in like one more highly touted prospect into the organization. And then from there, I think that we have the prospects, we have the draft picks, Really, now we just need to build a winning team. As Davis Daniel is going to work on a 1-2-3 inning. Not too bad. We're going to go ahead and quick manage here. So I finally found out how to quick manage, as Shohei Ohtani is going to have himself a single, as Muncy will walk, but back-to-back flyouts. Now the bases are loaded, and he gets out of it. All right, Luis Rengifo pops up, Aaron Hicks strikes out, and Michael Stefanik grounds out as Davis Daniel got out of the second inning. There's an error there. Stolen base for Freddie Freeman, and it's going to result in a run. It's not going to be a earned run, though, as there's a 3-run home run by Shohei Ohtani. A solo shot from James Outman now, and now I think it's time to potentially take this guy out, as he can't get out of the third inning. And it's going to be Patrick Sandoval who comes in now. And there's going to be 2 more runs that come across. They've batted around now. Holy crap. Kyron Paris grounds out. Anthony Rendon singles. Ohtani flies out, and Mike Trout strikes out. I think now it's time to just go ahead and start simulating this game to the end pretty much. As we are in the 9th inning, Patrick Sandoval has done a pretty good job since coming in. It's going to be Robert Stevenson who comes in now, as he gets a strikeout, another strikeout. It's a solo shot for Will Smith, and he eventually gets out of the inning. Michael Stefanik, he's 1 for 3. He's going to ground out. Kyron Paris flies out, and Anthony Rendon will walk. Logan Ohtani singles. Mike Trout 1 for 3 on the day. He's going to single, and somebody got thrown out at the plate. Trout homered in this game, but wasn't enough. Yeah, somebody got thrown out at the plate. 2 hits for Rendon, 2 for Ohtani. Trout and Moniak with 2 as well. Trout hit his 22nd home run. Davis Daniel allowed 5 earned. I thought after that first inning that he was going to have himself a really good debut of the season. Didn't turn out that way, as we are going to split this series here in September against the Dodgers. I'm glad we won the game that I played, though. We're heading down to the AA level, and we're going to check out the Rocket City Trash Pandas, because we're going to get a player lock game with Mac Horvath. Mason Erla, though, has had a really good season down at the AA level. 2.9 ERA, 1.16 whip, 17-6 on the year. But we're here to talk about Mac Horvath, who is now up to a B potential. He was C potential when we traded for him. He's playing second base. We just talked about Rengifo. You know, Rengifo is the second baseman of the future, so Horvath would probably slot better at a place like third potentially, or left, or right. He's only got 1 home run here at the AA level. I don't know if he was playing at single A or triple A when he was playing for the Orioles. But regardless, he wasn't playing much double A. He doesn't hit righties that well, as Horvath's going to hit this one to shallow right center. This one is going to be caught for the second out. As here's Cy Young at the plate, not just C Young. Mason Erla, the pitcher. Score is 0-0. Horvath fields it, throws on to first for the final out. All right, Nelson Rada is on again over there at first. Mac Horvath batting third here for the Trash Pandas. I like his batting stance. It's a pretty solid one. He's going to watch the first pitch go across for a strike. He was, of course, acquired from Baltimore in the Carlos Estevez trade. Here's the pitch. This one's off the plate for ball 1. 1-1 count. Horvath is going to foul away the fastball. Just late on that one. Got to get the timing down here. 1-2 count to Horvath. This one is hit to left field. This one is not going to get down. It's caught by the left fielder. And even if you wanted to hit a home run, it just seems so deep and the wall is so high. I don't get it. And I feel like every time I play MLB the Show franchise, my AA team always plays at this stadium, I feel like. As Horvath now has runners at first and second with 2 away, an RBI opportunity, and that one was right down the middle. Good swing timing, and it was popped out to the second baseman. Runners on first and second here with nobody out. Looking to turn 2 here in this situation. This one's hit to Horvath. He's there to field it. He flips onto short, onto first, and it was just too slow. Horvath just fielded that one a little too slowly. As we trail 4-2, and now Horvath faces lefties a lot better, so he has a very good opportunity here. Here's the pitch, and Horvath's going to foul away the fastball. He's going to take some time. He'll probably be another 2 more years in the minor leagues. But once he's ready, he's going to be pretty good. He'll be like 23, 24 years old. And I think he'll be a really good player for us. Here's the pitch. Horvath's going to swing and miss on the changeup. It just feels like his bat's a little slow at the moment. Perfect opportunity here for Horvath. He's going to foul away the slider. He hit it pretty weak, actually. I thought he hit it a lot harder than he did. 1-2 count upcoming. Horvath hits this one directly to the left fielder. He doesn't even need to move his feet. Yeah, I mean, these are good pitches to hit. He's just not hitting it very hard. So there's your introduction to a young guy like Mac Horvath. He's got a lot of room to improve, but when I saw that he was now a B potential player, it definitely excited me because we don't have very many good prospects on the team anyway. I mean, Nelson Rada and Mac Horvath. I mean, that's pretty much it. But it was a 0 for 4 day for him today. Orlando Martinez hit a home run. Let's take a look at the pitching here. Mason Erla allowed 2 earned. Brett Carey allowed 2. And then the other 2 dudes, I do not know who they are. And then Biloxi. The Biloxi Shuckers defeated the Rocket City Trash Pandas. You got to love minor league baseball. Andrew Wantz trying to close it out here. As Anthony Rendon got hurt, we're going to go ahead and keep him active. No, we won't stop simulating. And it looks like it was a blown save for Andrew Wantz. Ben Joyce came in. He was accredited to the loss. I don't know how. It should be Andrew Wantz. Chase Silseth pitched pretty solid in that one as we lost 5-4 against the Rangers. 2 hits for Logan O'Hoppe, 3 for Luis Rengifo. Luis Rengifo has a 10-game hitting streak. As we dropped this one 1-4, Rengifo did extend his hitting streak. And Andres Chaparro had a hit in this game as well. Michael Darrell Hicks made his MLB debut, and I missed it. He allowed 3 earned, got the loss. Patrick Sandoval allowed 1 in relief. The plan was to pitch with Michael Darrell Hicks. But when you look at a guy like Darrell Hicks here, he's 26 years old, 67 overall. If the potential goes up, I think he could be a guy who's definitely there for a while. Like I said, I wanted to get his MLB debut, but there's a lot of guys that I want to get debuts with, but I've been recording for 1 hour and 12 minutes, and I want to get through the rest of the season, and we've only made it through like 6 days of the month. As Rengifo, another hitting streak here, as we are about to get swept by the Rangers. Rengifo did not extend his hitting streak. Chaparro, though, 1 for 3, and he homered. So he hit his first big league home run. Is this guy going to be a future superstar for us or what? As we're not going to get swept, we're going to win this one 4-3. 3 hits for Logan O'Hoppe, a home run for Zach Neto, as that's definitely encouraging. Kyron Paris, though, has not done good this season. Griffin Canning, pretty good outing, and Andrew Wantz will pick up the save. 10-7 victory here against the Minnesota Twins. 3 hits for Hicks, 2 for Moniak and Rengifo, and Andres Chaparro with 2 hits as well, and he just hit his 2nd home run. He had 6 RBIs. This guy is killing the ball. Chase Silseth, he struggled allowing 6 earned, but the bullpen picked him up. Andrew Wantz picked up his 12th save, and then we lost this one right here, 9-11 against the Twins. So this one was filled with offense again. Chaparro with a hit, 3 hits for Rendon, 3 for Michael Stefanik, 2 for Trout and Shanuel. Looking at the pitching, Michael Darrell Hicks struggled for sure. Zach Plesac struggled out of the bullpen. As Jordan Adams at the AAA level was injured, he'll be out for 1 to 2 months. We'll go ahead and put him on a 60-day IL, and that will end his season. As we drop the first 2 games here against the Astros, I'm really just interested in Andres Chaparro and can he keep up his hot streak as Reed Detmers allows 3 earned. The bullpen is actually kind of struggling here down the stretch. Our pitching in general is just struggling down the stretch. Zach Neto now is up to a 244 average as he has a 3-hit game, 2 doubles. I'm glad that he is really finishing the season on a hot note. Griffin Canning allows 3 earned. 3 earned from Plesac and 3 earned from Patrick Sandoval. Ben Joyce was dominant. As the AA regular season is actually about to end, and I want to get an inning, or a game, I should say, as Nelson Reyes had an excellent season of development. At 18 years old, I'm excited for the future for him. But Mac Horvath, I want to get another game in with him. I just feel like he's got a lot more potential than what he's shown us so far, especially seeing as how his potential has gone up to be potential. But I want to get one more player lock game in with Mac Horvath. It's Rhett Lauder on the mound here for the Lookouts. He was the first round selection for the Reds last year. He's got some pretty nasty stuff. That's a 93-mile-per-hour fastball. Says his fastball can go from 90 to 95, 80 to 85 mile per hour changeup, and he's got a slider as well. Probably needs to develop a fourth pitch in real life if he hasn't already. He could definitely benefit from it. As here's the 1-1 from Lauder, as Horvath is going to once again just miss an opportunity to drill a pitch that was right down the middle, as he's going to at least advance the runner. I think the problem is Horvath is making contact with the ball on pitches he should be making contact with, but he's just not hitting the ball very hard. He was a second-round pick in the 2023 MLB draft. He played baseball at North Carolina. Here's the 1-1 upcoming. Rhett Lauder with the slider. That's a very good pitch, as it definitely fooled me. Here's the 1-2. Horvath will foul away the high heat. It's good swing timing, but it was just weak contact. Fouled away 64 miles per hour off the bat. Just not very good. Good eye, though, there, as he watches the change-up miss. 2-2 count from Lauder. Horvath stays alive. Here's the 2-2 again, as this one's going to miss. Livan Soto on deck here for the Trash Pandas. Here is the 3-2 count, the pitch. And Horvath crushes this one deep to left field. There's the potential I'm talking about. 111 miles per hour off the bat. 425 feet, his second home run. That is the potential that I'm talking about. That's an excellent at-bat. You work the count full, you're patient, you're fouling away pitches until you get the one that you love. And we just witnessed the one that Matt Horvath loves. This guy is probably going to have a bright future with the Angels. I mean, that one was crushed, 111 miles per hour off the bat. They want to show us it again. Rhett Lauder still on the mound, as the score is 1-0. That is the lone run in this game. The number 10 second base prospect in baseball, as that's an ugly swing. And the fact that he hit that ball so hard and he only has 41 power against righties is the most impressive thing about it, in my opinion. Here's the 1-2. Horvath is going to swing and miss on the fastball. He strikes out. Here he is, though, in the top of the 8th as we lead 3-0. Wong on the mound. Here's the pitch, as that's an excellent curveball as Horvath swings right through it. Looking to pick up the victory here in the final game of the AA regular season, as that's a terrible pitch. 9,000 people at this game. That's about half of what, the people that went to the Shohei Ohtani return game. If that tells you anything about the state of Angels baseball. 2-2 count. And Horvath's going to strike out, as that's probably the last we're going to see of him. Nope. Bottom of the 8th, runner on first. Dashwood on the mound. I mean, a lot of these prospects here for the Trash Pandas, I just don't even know. Or for the Angels, I should say. I don't even know these guys. I'm also used to playing with the Reds so much in MLB the Show that, I do get used to their prospects. But a lot of these guys I don't know. Caden Dana, though, is one guy I am aware of, as he pitched a gem, 11 strikeouts. He might be a future reliever, though, at the big league level. He's got a long way to go before he gets there, but his stamina isn't that good, and that's my number one concern with a guy like him. As we're going to continue to simulate here as we drop this one 3-15, Davis Daniel has not pitched well. Taylor Ward is healthy, though, as that's going to open up a roster spot. Who do we send down? I think it's going to be Hunter Dozier. I think it's got to be Hunter Dozier. It's just the way the cookie crumbles, as we can send Bryce Teodosio down to the AA level, and we can send Calabrese down to the AAA level. Nelson Rada, though, one thing I wanted to talk about with him, I mean, he had an excellent season, really good development this season. Not really worried about the power, but the contact's in an excellent spot. 21 doubles, only 6 home runs, but the strikeout numbers were high and the walk numbers were low, but 290 average, that's really good. On-base percentage, need to work on it a little bit. Slugging, need to work on, but the OPS is above league average, as far as the big leagues go. At 18 years old, that's an excellent year of development. So Nelson Reyes is somebody that I'm definitely excited about. Need to fix some lineups now. Taylor Ward, we're going to keep him on the bench though. And I'm actually going to allow Joe Adell to get some at-bats. So we're going to continue to power through the simulating here as we're looking to sweep the White Sox. We do. They are easily one of the worst teams in baseball. 3 hits for Joe Adell in this game, 2 for Michael Stefanik. As Andres Chaparro had himself a triple of all people. Taylor Ward comes back, hits a home run. Joe Adell hit one as well. Patrick Sandoval got the win. Now we have a series here against the Astros. We win this one 9-4. Really going to have to start powering through here. 4 hits for Nolan Shanuel. 1 hit for Andres Chaparro. Another triple for him. 2 home runs for Nolan Shanuel. 1 for Logan O'Hoppe. Griffin Canning allows 4 earned. Patrick Sandoval now has the bases juiced, and somehow he got out of it. The Bees do not have a valid pitching rotation. That's an interesting development here. How about Brad Keller? Because we just... Oh, that's way too much money. But we don't have any pitchers to really give them right now. How about George Pence? I don't know anything about this guy. He's a fake guy. So I'm actually not going to do that. I want to go with somebody who's got some actual big league experience. How about Tommy Malone? Nope, he doesn't want to do it. How about Justin Dunn? All right, so Justin Dunn should be at the AAA level. We'll go ahead and slot him in to start getting some starts. He's a younger guy. Probably will never amount to anything though. At least in this game. I don't want to be that sounded like a real a-hole thing to say. Michael Darrell Hicks though has a shutout going late in this one, and he's going to pick up the victory. The Bees and the Trash Pandas both make the playoffs, even though our farm system seems like it's terrible. Only a combined 6 hits in this game. Michael Darrell Hicks with a lights out performance as we have another series to go here. And the Bees have won the Pacific Coast League Championship game, and they're going to go play in the National Championship. I don't know how. As the Bees have won the AAA National Championship. What in the world just happened? Shanuel needs a triple for the cycle. Would you like to stop simulating? No. How? How did we win the National Championship? What? Mickey Moniak hit a home run here in the finale against the White Sox. Davis Daniel allowed 3 earned. And Patrick Sandoval got the save. Not really sure why he's getting those kind of innings here. I need to finish this episode up, but when you look at the Bees here, I mean, this is not a good team at all. There's nobody on this team that is like going to be making I don't know. Somehow they did it, and it's probably going to be accredited to our pitching. Ronnie Enriquez, Victor Medeiros, Chase Chaney. Chase Chaney is somebody I'm really excited about in the future. You know what? I don't know how they did it, but they did it. They won the AAA National Championship as the Texas Rangers. Boom. The Trash Pandas have won the Southern League Division Championship, and they're going to be taking on the Blue Wahoos in the Southern League Championship Series. As we are 1 game away from finishing this season out. What should we do with it here? We're 73-88. Should I end the episode here? And then the next episode, we can finish out the season and hit the off season, or what's the plan here? You know what the plan is? We're going to simulate it. The Angels have finished the season 74-88. Unfortunately, this was not good enough to make the postseason. Better luck next season. As we won it 5-2 though, so we did win the finale. It was a hit for Rendon, hit for Taylor Ward. Andres Chaparro and Joe Adell each had a hit. 1 hit for Kyron Paris. And it was Andres Chaparro who hit the home run. Reed Detmers, really good outing, really strong outing to finish off his season. Robert Stevenson. What about Zach Neto? He finishes the season with a 241 average, which you can't really be mad about. The Trash Pandas are set to take on the Pensacola Blue Wahoos at the beginning of October. We're not going to get there yet. The playoff bracket is set. The Rangers and Orioles are your 1 and 2 seeds in the AL. The Astros and Yankees will be taking each other on. The Twins and Mariners Looks like it could be that could be pretty accurate to real life. But the NL, Dodgers and Braves, that seems accurate. Phillies and Diamondbacks, and then Cardinals and Cubs. We'll see what happens. As I think we're gonna end the episode off there. One guy I wanted to look at though real quick is, actually, you know what? They went ahead and screwed up my roster, so I actually will have to go to Andres Chaparro here. They sent him down to AAA for whatever reason, but he was slugging 373. He had 3 home runs and 75 at-bats. He had 12 hits. The average was not good, but Andres Chaparro, he made his MLB debut, made the most of it. And then Matt Horvath, he's playing in the AA series right now. I don't really have much time. I have 1 more minute until I have to go. So I'm going to wrap this episode up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We did finish the regular season. Next season, I plan on slowing down. I don't want to rush through seasons because I want to settle in here and start really building this team. We got through year 1, and that's, where the identity is still previous Angels. Now in year 2, it's going to be the identity that I create for the Los Angeles Angels. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. The off-season video will be next, and I hope you guys are there to check it out. That's it, everybody. See ya.